But looking throughout college football, I guess the big story is all the coaching changes. Florida finally pulling the trigger on Billy Napier, as we thought. Wisconsin seemingly going to stick with Fickle for the season. Jay Norvell had a vote of confidence from his athletic director in Tallahassee. I know we're all very frustrated with Matt Rule and the coaching performance as a whole. I am just very thankful that I truly don't think that we have to worry about a coaching change in this coaching carousel, and this would be the worst time in the last 5 years to go out and try to get a new head coach.
Well, I thought for sure they were going to extend him after this game. Like if we go out there and beat Minnesota, I thought for sure he's getting extended. But you can't extend a guy that just got blown out. You can't.
Yeah.
And I think he feels that a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say the number of wins where, like, the powers that be feel comfortable extending him. But I don't know. Do you think Penn State still wants him right now? Like, I don't know.
If that's their plan, then yeah. I don't think they move off that if that's their plan. Because then you could sit there and say, well, yeah, with that roster, like, yeah, he sucks, but with our roster, as good as it is, he's going to do better.
True.
I mean, it's just if that's their plan, I don't think that this game makes them. And
for sure.
I think the only way that they would come off is if we had a similar, like, Penn State path or Florida State path. I think that's the only way that they would come off if that is their guy and that's their plan. So no,
I mean, that's a tough sell. That's a tough sell because I can make that sell because I think we don't know what Matt Rule's long-term ceiling is because he's never been at a place for more than 3 years. And if we think that, and that's our belief in him, Pat Stewart at Penn State knows that as well as anybody, considering his time at Temple. And
well, that's what scares me about this whole Matt Rule thing is that we don't know his track record after year 3 anywhere. And what that looks like, and he is a program rebuilder, but like, is he a program sustainer?
I think he is.
Yeah,
no evidence to back that up, but I think
that's my whole thing. He could be, and I hope he is, but like you said,
we don't know.
We have no evidence of that.
Yeah, I would use that as a source of optimism, but I also say that as somebody who has felt egg on my face about 4 times this year when it comes to my optimism for Nebraska. So maybe that's just my delusion, but I think, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
It's a day-by-day thing as Husker fans.
I still believe. Blind optimism. But
they've beaten it out of me.
I was so mad on Friday. Fuming.
And then yeah, I'm not going to say that on this, but yeah, we'll have some stuff after the show to.
I would say it would. So, like, let's say Nebraska does figure out a way to get 3 more wins, to get to 8-4, and then it comes out later on that Penn State was going to hire Matt Rule. They saw this game and saw the optics that would come from it, and then moved on from him. In that realm, I could see this being a net win, considering how bad that loss was.
For sure, but like Tyler said, I don't think one performance is gonna like make or break their decision.
Because
it will make or break how we feel about this year.
Yeah, but if they were if that one game is all they're banking on, then they are screwed anyways.
Yeah.
If they see one game and like, oh shit, we got to shift everything that we thought, they're in trouble. They're in real trouble.
And I get it, but I mean, if you're Penn State, if you're Florida making these decisions, optics does matter. You're trying to keep the resources flowing, and if you have boosters that aren't going to give James Franklin money after being a 2-minute drive away from a national championship game, how much confidence do you have in? I mean, that's a tough sell. If you can't sell James Franklin, I have a hard time imagining you have a great job selling Matt Rule.
Can I say something?
It's still going to be Norvell. I think Norvell ends up in Penn State.
That'd be interesting.
I think that's who they're going to go with.
I'm gonna go on record and saying I think it was a mistake to fire Franklin.
Oh, absolutely.
I think, yeah. I think
I
everybody outside of Happy Valley.
I think, you know, he lost to Oregon. The UCLA loss was bad, but it's like he has Drew Aller who wasn't living up to potential, and then he gets to, fall out of this whole mess with, oh, I was hurt for the year and not take any blame. But I mean, he had a roster of guys that just weren't living up to their full potential. And maybe a little bit that's on coaching, but like you look what he did last year. Like he won you what, two college football playoff
Yeah.
games?
He was not good this year. Just flat out not a good football player this year.
Exactly. And it's how much of that can you put on Franklin?
We also have an inside look at this though. Like with the Bo Pelini shit. Like we've read this book many a time already. They're
Oh
just
yeah.
on the first chapter.
You think, and that's what I wonder with Penn State is they think they're Ohio State and they can just reload and, pay another coach to come in and get them over the hump. But are they?
That's never been the formula at Penn State.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, while this year might have been like a major step back for Penn State, I don't know that there's a better coach out there for them right now.
And in a world where now Indiana's a good job, now Arizona State's a good job, Iowa State's a fine job. Like 10 years ago, that wasn't the case. And Penn State was maybe not that top tier of job where you're talking like Ohio State, Alabama, those kind of jobs. But if you're a good job, there's so many more good jobs today than there have ever been. And Penn State's never been a great job. And I don't know if it's ever. I guess after the sanctions, it's another worse job than it is today. But
I think you're being a little disingenuous when you say that. Is it the best job in the country? No, it's not. But it's not.
Is it better than Indiana?
Yeah. I'll say this. Indiana is like the craziest case of the last 25 years of college football because they fell for balls first onto this coach who might be one of the best coaches of all time. And while before him they were not putting very much money into football, they have boosters and alums like Mark Cuban who have billions of dollars and be like, all right, football's good now. We want to lock up our coach. Here's the money to do that. So they have the funding. They just weren't spending it in the past, and now they have this great fucking football coach that they're like, all right, we're gonna go all in on this now and make this a great job.
Yeah, and also Signetti ruined it for everybody else because now anytime a new coach comes in, it's like you better win 10 games this year or you're on the hot seat.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Or why are you not buying all of your players and just being good right away? That's not how these things work. In a perfect ecosystem, it's an anomaly. I mean, good on Indiana. I'm happy for them. They're a really good team, but it's not how these things work, unfortunately.
And that's fair. Indiana's an outlier. I'll concede that. But if I'm Kenny Dillingham, why would I ever want to leave Arizona State?
I'm not
saying that it's the best job in the country, but I do not think that it's a bad job.
I think it's a top 15, top 20 job in the country.
But like if you have the 30th best job, you're not leaving to go to that job.
No, just because of the pressure now that comes with it. Like you
And
fire Franklin and it's like whoever they get, like I feel like it almost has to be somebody like Urban Meyer who's proven because anybody else is just going to fall short with these expectations. But also at the same time, like they do have a big NIL budget. They are Penn State. They recruit very well every year. Like they're going to have the tools to make it a great place.
So, with that being said, do you think it's better to hire somebody in-house than try to go out there and get somebody else?
It just depends on how much money they're willing to spend. And I think their pockets are pretty deep. So they're going to take some big swings.
I think they're going to miss on a lot of those swings.
I think so. And then it's like, all right, then what's the plan if you miss on those?
Then you're Nebraska 10 years ago. It's just that's what it is.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out because
Freaking Mike Riley.
oof.
Yeah, it's just I don't and I don't know. The expectations is crazy at Penn State. Like we're asking you to do something that nobody's been able to do since Joe Paterno in 1994.
I just think it's insane to fire a coach that just won you 2 playoff games the year before, and like you didn't even let him finish out the year. Now, if he finished out this year and he went like 3-9, I would be like, all right, maybe that is a little bit warranted. Like you can't be having years like that at Penn State. But like, say they went 8-4, 7-5, and be like, all right, well, our quarterback got hurt. We got some bad bounces.
I had a
Like,
bad year.
yeah, like that happens. Like you run into bad luck. But that's crazy to me. I can't believe that.
Is Penn State a better job than Florida?
We've had this discussion.
I
You know
think
my
they're
feelings
about
on
the
this.
same. I want to
think so,
say.
too.
Like I would say both are top 15, top 20 job in the country.
I would say so too. But now you're also competing with a like job
Yeah.
for coaches.
I think we're going to find out which is the better job, who lands the better hire.
I think Florida gets the better hire. I just have a hard time. Like, I have a hard time imagining. I could see a world where Florida gets a home run hire. You're thinking Lane Kiffin, thinking maybe Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri. I think those are home run guys.
Do you go from one team in the SEC to another?
Mizzou is just
maybe.
isn't a
We'll find out.
classic power, I wouldn't say. In the SEC. Like they're a very good football team in college football history, but when you think of SEC like juggernauts, you're not thinking Mizzou.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if you have Missouri's a good job now because of the success Eli Drinkwitz has had building that program. He's the man. If you go to Florida, you're starting all over in a much brighter spotlight. Expectations are higher. You have less time to do anything. We'll see. I just don't think college football has ever looked like this, to where I think 10 years ago, absolutely Missouri, you leapfrog in a heartbeat. Ole Miss, I think you leapfrog Ole Miss in a heartbeat to get to Florida. Now, I don't know. And I just think that's going to lead to coaches staying at fairly fine to good jobs over.
I'm almost kind of rooting for chaos in the offseason where
I'm
like,
so excited.
also like a name I'm kind of thinking of right now just because he's having success is Dan Mullen at UNLV. Like he was very good at Mississippi State and Florida, and I don't think Florida hires him back because that would feel like a backwards move.
Yeah.
But
Arkansas, maybe.
also Drinkowitz, I feel like is only getting this look because he has the quarterback that is from Pennsylvania, transferred from Penn State to Missouri, and is lighting it up right now.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. Is who can you bring with you? Looking at Jed Fish over at Washington, being that kind of name.
He's got a serious quarterback too.
I would say so. Two final thoughts on Penn State. I think if Matt Campbell ever were to leave Iowa State, it would be now for this. And then Clark Lee at Vanderbilt would be very funny.
He's going to have to turn down a lot of money this offseason.
I don't get the Matt Campbell love.
I think there's just so much potential there that people are willing to buy that potential, I think is the main thing.
I mean,
Maybe
he's one of the historically worst all-time football programs and turned him into a regular Big 12.
Yeah, he has sustained success. I think.
Like, what is sustained success? Like 9-3 every year?
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa State. I think
at Iowa State. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
I'm not sitting here saying that he's
good answer.
You know,
like gonna go and walk
I
into
rescind my
Alabama.
comment. That's
Um,
fair.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get a lot of money thrown in this year
I mean, yeah.
because I don't think that these are the last jobs that open up.
Oh, well, that's the
No,
other
Be a
thing is
lot
that
of chaos
there's
here.
the domino effects where like, well, if you hire Lane
Florida
Kiffin away at
State's
Ole Miss, then
gonna open up.
you have more jobs coming open. Wisconsin, Florida State. Who do those guys hire? What job does that open? I mean, we're really barreling our way
Also,
towards chaos.
we're sleeping on like the group of 5 schools that like coaches are due to get a bump. Like Memphis has had a good coach for a while. Some are all at Tulane. I mean, there's
South
going to
Florida,
be
that
South.
guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Alex Galesh. What he's doing at South Florida, he might just get the Florida job for what he did at USF.
And that would be rightly so.
Good football coach. I think he would.
Good
He's
ball
like Mike Elko adjacent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's a
Manny
really
Diaz? Manny Diaz
No,
moving
he's
on?
like Matt Rule, where it's like he can't win the big one, and I think Manny Diaz is good where he's at, personally.
I think he's in a good. I think if Penn State came calling, he'd leave. But well, and those are the candidates I think Penn State's going to realistically have to consider.
No,
Interesting.
get out of here.
Like I don't think he's an elite coaching prospect, but I think that's what the reality is going to be for Penn State.
And he was the DC there for a while at Penn State, so he does have that connection, but
Yeah.
he's never, like, as a head coach, he's never done anything to warrant a job like that Penn State job. So
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll
interesting
see.
to see.
I mean, it's gonna be chaos. That is going to be very pleasant, especially after last season. I think only like 3 or 4 Power 5 jobs came open, and not even like any very good ones.
What other jobs might come open that we're not thinking about? Like, obviously FSU will.
Wisconsin,
Is there anybody
for
else?
sure.
Auburn. I think
Auburn.
I
could.
don't think Hugh Freeze's seat's that hot right now. Maybe in a year or two, but
And again, if you have a coach like Hugh Freeze, and you're looking at how the cycle is playing out, do you just be like, we'd rather ride it out for another year?
yeah,
and
I think so.
take your chances next year.
No, I think that's the opposite. I think.
Oh, UCLA?
Yeah, UCLA.
Oh yeah,
is open.
UCLA is open.
Michigan State. I can't remember. Did they fire their head coach or not?
No.
Not
No.
yet.
That's
He's
to be
still
a
got time there.
bad run.
I mean, does Colorado come open? Does Dion just say I'm done?
He might have to retire because, like, medical reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
I
good
don't
one.
think that's a fantastic job. It's
Is
definitely
there any
better.
in the Big 12, Brandon, that we're not thinking?
The Big 12, realistically, no.
Speaking of the Big 12, does Cincinnati's coach?
Oh,
get
is this the
fired
year that
somewhere?
Dabo leaves? Clemson?
Oh yeah, could be.
It'd be the year Kirk Ferentz finally retires.
I hope. Fucking
We're rooting for the worst
bastard.
for him. I
Um,
don't want him to go out on his own terms. I want him to go
Who's
out.
the worst team in the
without
Big
a
12
shame.
right now?
West Virginia, but they just hired their coach back,
Oh, it's
Oh,
Rich
that's right.
Rod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's. I mean,
He's
even
got time. You got to think at minimum now you give a coach 3 or 4 years in today's society, but
I mean,
yeah, I
Oklahoma
don't.
State's already open.
There we go. That's another one that might be okay.
Yeah, I think they'll go and get it.
I
Oregon
think that
State's
job
open.
is solid. Or Oklahoma State. All
I
that
think
money they
Oklahoma
got down there, I think that's a solid.
I
spot.
think they'll go and get that Eric Morris from UNC. I think that'd be a good fit.
Also, an interesting one. I want to throw this out there. If this is a big if they finish really bad to the year, Oklahoma.
I could see a path.
I mean, does he just leave though? Like, does he get hired somewhere?
Venables?
Yeah.
Well, he was a longtime DC. He couldn't get a head coaching job, and then Oklahoma finally hired him. So I don't think he's leaving Oklahoma for any reason. But
I don't think
Baylor's,
he'll
be-
be fired.
Baylor's probably going to come open. I forgot about Baylor.
Baylor.
you think Aranda gets fired?
I think so. I think he came into the year on thin ice, and now they're 4-3. this is kind of going to be the make or break year with Sawyer Robinson coming back and all the wide receiver talent they have.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's going to be fun.
I can't wait. I mean, what a
And then
We're in
also,
the middle
can
of college football season saying we can't wait for it to be over so we can see where that goes.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well-
Can you imagine all of the transfers too? Like the portal is going to be nuts this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it always will be from here on out just because you're asking emotional 18 to 22-year-old kids or offering them
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're right,
Oh,
especially
there
this
you
year.
Yeah.
With all the head coaching changes, we'll see.
With that said, because I don't think that Matt Rule is going to leave, I'm excited that we're not in the middle of this.
Yeah, it's nice to be on the outside looking in of this one.
Any final thoughts on college football as a whole before we dive into our pick'em?
I still love it.
Texas Tech, yikes.
I mean, on the road with the backup quarterback, it is what it is. Defending Big 12 champs, they'll be fine.
Oh, we're making
Granted, the
excuses.
AP poll thinks that they're.
We're making excuses. Interesting.
I'm just saying. I've seen SEC teams have way worse losses, and
That